What did you do that made you question your own intelligence? I got up in the morning to go to civil service, had to. It was either that or real military, when I noticed my car wasn't at its usual parking spot. I got confused, so I searched for it around where I live, but couldn't find it. Then I called the parking service if they towed my car away for illegal parking. It was a private parking space. That day turned out to be a very long one, and they basically said they don't take cars away from people's yards, so I figured my car was stolen. It was a real punch in the gut. Anyway, I reported I would be late for work and called the police. They told me to come over to the station, where a detective would talk to me, so I did. We met and he told me to wait in the hallway until he is done with another case. That gave me time to think, and it went something like this. So my car was stolen. But who would steal a 1989 Ford Escort? Probably some junkie, to sell it for some grass or something. My dad works with addicts. I wonder if he knows the guy. I wonder what dad will say. Yesterday, we watched football together and I gave him a lift home. No more free rides, I guess. I drove my dad home yesterday. What else did I do? Right, I stopped at the gas station on my way back. Then I went to buy ice cream. I parked the car at the supermarket. I ate the ice cream on my way home. It was good. Wait, how did I drive and eat ice cream? Right, I went home on foot from the supermarket. Wait, what? Oh my god, I went home on foot. My car is at the supermarket. Abort. Ooh god, I am going to prison for lying to the police. No wait, I got this. Some friends of mine, you see, they took my keys and, damn those pranksters, they, you see, ice cream. At this point, the detective comes back and says we can talk now, and I start rumbling about a practical joke involving my car and my friends. When he said sure, we will find the car and dust for fingerprints, they can't do this. It was here where I did the first reasonable thing that day. I told the truth. You see, I went out to buy ice cream yesterday. The detective first looks at my pathetic, terrified face, and then bursts into what was probably the best laughter that man has ever had. So here we are, standing in the middle of the police station, and a detective is laughing so hard at me, he can't breathe or stand tall. He's bent over and crying tears of pure joy. The other police officers are looking at us and at each other, then back at us. Can I go home? I asked. He didn't reply, he couldn't talk, so he just waved at me, and then at the door. So I went to get my car. It was there, safe and sound, just as I left it. At the civil service, they laughed at me for the whole day. One woman, in particular, had a hard time doing anything productive that day. What kind of surprised me the most was when, later that day, I went to the same supermarket, and a random police officer saw me on the street and started laughing at me. For a while, I was a celebrity with the local police force. But it's okay, the guy that laughed the most at me that day was me.